The opening is fundamental because what you're doing after a bad opening is you're not selling. You think you're selling, you're not. I constantly have a barrier between me and you. I'm constantly judging you. The problem with you and many other people is you are giving me information that I didn't ask for. I'm nice. The fact that I'm nice, what does this even mean? Who cares? The supermarket lady is nice with you. Automatically, nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about me. We
Okay.
know each other. Why should I care about you? And you're
Okay.
asking me about, I mean, I'm telling you directly like this. I'm going to stop you and tell you because you need to know what's in the head of the client. I've done
Yes.
hundreds of thousands of phone calls. I don't care about you. I'm nice. The fact that I'm nice, what does this even mean? Who cares? The supermarket lady is nice with you. So, what's a normal, soft opening like a human being? How would a human being do it? Not a manager in a company. Because I can get phone calls all day from managers in companies. I'm tired of that. I don't want to get phone calls. Immediately with your tone and your question, you're building sales resistance in me. Like I'm like, okay, this guy's gonna be selling me. Bye, have a nice day. Even if I sit on the call, I want to get off. Okay. So
Okay.
what would be like a normal tone and just like a question?
I don't know. Can you tell me?
Yeah. So something that, for instance, I use when I call right now for some investments is, hi there, is it? Yeah, hi there. This is George Ivanov. I repeat my name 2 times because it gets engraved in the head. George Ivanov, the owner of Metanice. First of all, please excuse me. So immediately I excuse myself, which automatically activates one part in the brain. Please excuse me if I'm catching you a little bit out of the blue. I know that you were not expecting this phone call, and I know that most probably speaking with people that you haven't had contact in the past might be a little bit shaky at first. So, again, I'm calling you from Metanice, and the reason for my phone call is because I was looking at the company in a couple of lists regarding some investments, or in this case, regarding securities of data. And even before I continue, because I want to make it short, just 1 or 2 minutes, do you happen to know Metanice? Or do you happen to know? So I
Okay.
excuse myself. I'm honest with the situation that obviously he's not gonna like the first 1 minute of the phone call. He's like, yeah, I'm not, I'm basically there with him. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right? I'm catching you a bit off guard. I know that you are not expecting this phone call, and I am probably, so I'm immediately removing I'm busy, and I am probably catching you also somewhere in between either meetings or doing something else. First of all, the reason for my phone call is regarding data security because, me as the owner of the company, I don't usually do these phone calls. You should say that as well. I don't usually do these phone calls, but I decided today to make 2 or 3, whatever you want to say, to make 3 phone calls from some companies that I've seen here. And in order just to make this 1 or 2 minutes, I want to make this short. Do you actually know the name? You happen to know the name? You see, like the tone is constantly de-escalating because the second I say hi, and then you tell me hi, this is from, immediately my barrier
Yes.
escalates.
Yes. Go down.
So I'm constantly de-escalating. Even what I said just now, because I want to give you more words, it's a bit longer. You don't even need to make it so long. It can be shorter. But I'm constantly yes and like this, and then I'm like, and just to make it to 1 or 2 minutes, even. I mean, actually, so I'm doing it for him to make it short, 1 or 2 minutes. Like, do you even know the company? No. Fair enough. We're actually one of the main partners for companies like yours, and I'm quite amazed that they don't even know you. It's the first time that we speak. We typically know most companies. So please excuse me. Again, I'm just excusing myself. So please excuse me that I guess we haven't contacted you in the past. How is the business running actually in 2025? Is it starting well? So this is like a super normal open question. Even if he doesn't answer it, I don't give up. Like it doesn't matter. I'm just polite. I'm nice. It's an open thing without engagement. Do you get me? Like, are you good or bad? Is it good? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you move on. Can you do that? The opening is fundamental because what you're doing after a bad opening is you're not selling. You think you're selling. You're not. I constantly have a barrier between me and you. I'm constantly judging you. I constantly want to get off of the phone, and you keep asking me questions. and you think that you're selling me because I'm nice with you. It's irritating to me. Do you get me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Even if I open up a bit more, the one thing that I would evaluate is how you speak with me, not your services, because it's a first phone call. So I'm like, okay, let's give it a chance. And then you start explaining some technical stuff, or maybe you ask me, do the companies, the regulations, or something else. And I'm immediately left with a bad impression that you're offering me, not that you're here to just get to meet me. Because what are you offering me in the first 5 minutes? Do you get my point?
Yes, yes.
So the idea of building a good opening and first call is to build the relationship because we don't know each other. Why are you offering me anything on a call if we don't know each other? Send me an email, right? That's what you get. Do you get the logic now?
Yes, yes, yes.
This is you including, this is every single person, and I don't know how so many people forget about that when they start calling themselves. If you get a phone call, you are thinking the same way. Just imagine how you think.
I need to work a little bit with this because when I'm trying to speak with new people from this point of view of sales, there are a lot of things going on my mind.
It's like you're so much, first of all, you and majority of people that I work with are so much smarter than me. And I feel like because you've been working for so many years with like different solutions or like technical overviews, different clients' problems, it's like you get engraved in this like one spot and you just talk about that. And like that's actually not what people care about. Like, as you can see, when they can skip the cybersecurity part, majority skip it. So they don't care about it. So why are you
Yes,
talking about that in the beginning? Do you get me?
yes, yes. Yes.
I'm a human, okay? Me or any client, it's a human being. Just relax, and I would like you to like literally stop giving a as they say. Okay?
Yeah.
It's like, all right, so we're one of the main partners for companies like yours. And I was actually quite amazed that we have not spoken in the past. So this phone quiz is just for me to introduce myself, nothing else. And hopefully, in the future you get to know us a bit more. Actually, how is 2025 starting? How's the business running for you? No, no,
Yeah.
no, yes or no. Okay. Even if he's negative. And then you can ask, and do you typically are you typically open to new partnerships with companies that can provide a lot for you? What can he say to that? Are you just open to new partnerships for companies that can provide a lot for you? Worst thing he can say is, well, it depends what you provide. Immediately he allows you to pitch with this. Do you get me?
Yes,
It's like the problem with you and many other people is you are giving me information that I didn't ask for. Why am I saying, do you know? And are you like, because I'm here to introduce myself, or even like a person that's open? Me myself, I ask this sometimes. I've seen there's like two types of people. There's one, let's say, owner that is um, that prefers to work with a closed off circle. He doesn't like really like to engage with new people. And then there's other types of managers, let's say, or directors that want to constantly get something new. Are you the type that is usually open? And I'm always confused. Don't be too confident or too cheesy. I'm always like a bit confused, but you see in my voice that I know what I'm doing, right? So I have heaviness in my voice. So I'm like, are you like the type of person that's typically open to new partnerships with companies that can provide a lot for you in the company? It's like it's all understanding. It's like super soft. And even if he says no, I would say, oh, well, I fully respect that. Me myself, I don't just work on partnerships. I just at least try to know people because maybe in the future there's some other part of business that we can engage with. At the end of the day, we're both owners and we know what we're doing. If you're not open with partnerships, I would assume that you probably have some really trusted people or like a lot of good partners that provide you with a lot, right? Yes. So I immediately skip that. I don't even need to ask him why, right? I always know what I'm doing. Do you get the difference?
yes,
Then if he says, yeah, we have those, and then I would say, all right, so then you're actively working with them on cybersecurity, I would assume, or like the new regulations, if you want to ask regulations. But I wouldn't even say that. I would assume that currently they're looking at some new stuff for the infrastructure for one reason or another. So you can move in different, but you see how long it takes for me to even go to the first question that you ask. Like 2 or 3 minutes
yes,
it takes me to go to ask, what do you do with your cybersecurity? Why are you asking me that? I don't even know
yes,
you. Do you get like this is a big mistake? You need to stop that. The point is, you're a really, really good guy and professional, and you have a company. Take this seriously. If you need to phone anybody, make at least 5 calls per day. If somebody rejects you, you're not going to win them one way or another. You're not going to also curse at them, however. They're not going to hate you. They're not going to find you on the street and attack you. And if they see you on an event, they're going to say hi. They're not going to say and go to people and say, this guy has a bad cold call. They don't remember stuff like this. The point is, when they start pushing you away, try 3 times to stay in the phone call. 3 times. And one main point in those openings and 3 times trying and having 5 calls per day is always have as a priority to try new things. So you can listen to me and try to mimic if you want, but the whole idea is, if you're doing the same thing, upgrade a bit the tonality. Always
Yes,
work
yes,
main tonality
yeah,
and energy. Because if I'm asking your question, first question, my tonality, it first of all, it wouldn't work as well. But even if I ask it, I would say, hey, and by the way, just I would be with your question. No way in hell you're gonna work with your strategy, because if you're asking me directly about something like this, you need to be direct. So I would say, hey, so look, I'm calling from. I'm pretty sure you know us. We're one of the main partners in the sector, and I just want to make this short because I'm sure you're busy. I need to go into other meetings as well, and I hope that we really get the chance to have our own meeting in the future. But I'm calling regarding data security. Are you familiar with the cybersecurity topic in your company, just in general in the sector? At least, so this is now where I'm not pretending to be confused, as you see. It's a totally different style if I use your question, but I'm just trying to show you, if you're using what you're doing, how it should sound, to at least have a chance for them to respond. This would still be too much for them, to most people, because it's too direct. But
yeah.
asking such a question and trying to be nice, like super nice or careful, it's not gonna make me answer anything. I cannot take it seriously. Do you get my point? So even if what you're doing right now, you continue doing it, I'm trying to assist you, then you need to make your tone much more direct and much more drastic to what you're doing right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Be yourself. My advice is be yourself. I've always been as much as I could myself in sales, and it has always worked, because the second you're not yourself, the client feels that and they
You
take it
feel
as if, I mean, you can be like, by the way, really, really confident. Um, when you fake something, like there's people like this. Some cases I can like do that. The thing is, when the client feels it, it's not that it's false confidence or you don't know what you're doing. He takes it as if you're lying because you're hiding something. So if you're hiding your tone, or if you're hiding the lack of questions in your head or whatever you have, what else are you hiding? Do you
yeah.
get my point? That's how they feel. It's not that they don't even think it. People are really good with this. You need to know, like, people, we have evolved to immediately detect it, because this has always been like a really big danger in life, being with people that you cannot trust. So they immediately catch it, even if they are not sales, business, or whatever else. Doesn't matter. Immediately. So if you test both of those, best thing is, you're a nice person, do it slowly, do what I showed you. So change the sentence and change the questions in the beginning. If you want to retain yours and you want to become super direct, even when you're good with that, it's going to have lower success, by the way. But
Okay.
also, I'm not sure if that's the type of a person you are. Do you get my point? I'm not sure.
Yes,
Like,
yes, yes.
I don't think that you're super direct and even like a little bit too arrogant. I think that you're professional and nice. So you should try to do that. And if I was in your place, I would even be honest. Why not be honest? Explain to me first, number one, the one thing that I would pay attention to. I would hear how you sound, and I'm not gonna like it. Explain to me that you're gonna sound bad. Do you hear what I'm trying to tell you? Be honest. It's not scary.
Ah,
Nobody's gonna like it. Okay?
okay.
I promise you that if you're open now, if you're honest, and you just remove your fear and you explain to me how you're gonna sound, and then you tell me about yourself and the company, I might give you a chance. And this is not a good sales strategy, but at least it gives you a chance to speak with me.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. So that's a step. Did you feel that at least this sounded genuine? Instead of you asking me, how about your cybersecurity? Yeah?
Yes, yes.
All right. Now, if you say the same and you remove the word interested and you just say, and I just wanted to introduce myself, so we could hopefully do business together in the future, you would remove even more of my sales resistance. And then if you end on, if you give me a chance and tolerate how I sound, because I'm a technical guy in this phone call, and just allow my knowledge and experience to speak, I guarantee you that in 1 to 2 minutes, maybe three, I'm gonna be able to explain how we can assist you in the future. Can you please tolerate me for this minutes and let me ask a couple of questions? You see how you can make
Okay,
it.
okay,
You
okay,
get what
okay.
I mean?
I understand your
And
point.
then go make all the mistakes. At least you can test this. Why not?
Yeah,
In my opinion, it's gonna work. If you sound genuine and you're just relaxed, I'm gonna be like, okay, well, this is not like a standard code. This guy is like the CEO. He knows he's like technical and he's killing me right now. Okay, like, but at least he's confident in his knowledge. Like you're saying, yeah, but I have 15 years. If you just allow me to speak and ask you some questions, I'm sure I'm gonna be able to help you. And then start again softly. Like, don't immediately kill him. Are you protected, or who? You can
yes,
say, have you recently discussed with anybody maybe the data security of your company, either with your internal teams or maybe like with a partner that you're working with? Even if he says, what do you mean by discussed? Well, just if you have any recurring meetings on the topic or if you're updating anything in the infrastructure. I just wanted to give you this directions and quick tips, even in such a short meeting, because you can really have a steep incline in the results, even just by changing a couple of the initial sentences. But if you don't focus on this opening in any business, especially in cybersecurity, if you don't focus on the opening and the relationship, that you're just kind of like, it's not even, you're not gonna have a relationship immediately. You're putting an expectancy on my side of a relationship. I expect it's gonna be bad, boring, slow, fast, good, useful, not useful, more useful to you, not to me. You get me?
yes,
Like, you need me, I don't need you so much. This basically leads to send me an email, not this week, not now, later. Let's get back to it whenever I can and stuff like this. Which typically always happens to me, happens to everybody, but the idea is you reduce drastically the percentage of that happening when you follow the instructions that I give you. Do you get me?
yes, I understand.
Clients
Thanks.
flock, they know who to trust. Revenue popping, bank busting, robust.